What's going on there, everyone? Kind of a funny little situation happening. Uh, from the New York Post. Trump tweets video of Elijah Cummings calling Baltimore drug infested. Isn't the word, according to these people on the left, isn't the word infested racist? No, it's not. It's just a word that's used to describe things like the rat problem in Baltimore, or, as Elijah Cummings said himself, the drug problem. Gotta love it when the hypocrisy just keeps flowing from the left. President Trump on Wednesday tweeted a video clip that shows Representative Elijah Cummings describing his hometown of Baltimore as a drug-infested area during a congressional hearing 20 years ago. The radical left Dems went after me for using the words drug-infested when he actually said, I think, rat and rodent infested, concerning Baltimore. Take a look at Elijah C., Trump wrote. On the 30-second clip, the Maryland Democrat says, "This morning I left my community of Baltimore, a drug-infested area where a lot of drugs that we're talking about today have already taken the lives of so many children. The same children that I watched 14 or 15 years ago as they grew up, now walking around like zombies. This is only 40 miles away from here," he adds. The clip was also posted earlier Wednesday by the Trump presidential campaign's Trump War Room account on Twitter. It was taken from a 4-hour-plus hearing on the narcotics threats from Colombia. Another good reason to promote border security. That was held by a House Government Reform Subcommittee and shown live on C-SPAN 2, cable channel, on August 6, 1999. Trump's posting of the video marked the latest volley in his war of words against the Maryland Democrat and House Oversight Committee chair since Trump on Saturday accused him of acting like a brutal bully by shouting at Homeland Security Acting Secretary Kevin McAleenan about the treatment of migrant children detained at the southern border, which was completely reprehensible. The way he acted, I mean, come on. And he was citing fake news anyways. That's what happens when they just stay in their little bubble. They don't actually get real information of what's happening. Trump went on to Cummings' district. I think they missed a word. I think they missed the word call. Trump went on to call Cummings' district a disgusting rat and rodent infesting mess and a very dangerous and filthy place. Which, if you've seen any of the pictures and reporting coming out of there, it is pretty nasty. It is pretty nasty. Congressional Democrats have called Trump a racist over his attacks on Cummings, one of 5 black committee chairpersons in the House of Representatives. Earlier Wednesday, Cummings turned down an invitation from Housing Secretary Ben Carson to tour a low-income housing project in Baltimore, citing a scheduling conflict, the Washington Examiner reported. Well, we all know why he turned it down. Because then he'd be forced to eat his own words, you know. What can you say? What can you really say? You know, when you go to Donald Trump's comments, in no way, shape, or form does any normal person see any racism there. He's not talking about a race. He's not talking about people. He's talking about bad policy. You know, that's what he was doing. He was bringing up the bad Democratic policies that have screwed up Baltimore to the point where it's a slum in many places, you know? This is the problem with the modern left, is they want to turn everything into something about race. You know, it's part of their outrage culture that they've created for themselves. You can see 20 years ago that the way Trump feels about Baltimore, Elijah Cummings kind of felt a similar opinion. You know, that was back when the Democratic Party was more normal. But now they've just gone completely off the deep end to the left, and They don't seem to make any sense. They can't seem to actually really. I don't know. I just can't understand their thought process. It's like, how are you going to flip flop on so many things, on so many issues, so many issues? I just don't get it. And why do they have to make everything about race? Is that their only way they can try to win an argument, is to bring up race? It doesn't matter that Elijah Cummings is black. That has nothing to do with any of this. Race has nothing to do with any of this. This is about policies. And as you can see, I mean, from this, the video is right here. I'll put a link in the description if you want to see it. But it's going to be all over the place, I'm sure. But, you can see 20 years ago, they actually were thinking a little bit, you know. But also, what I wanted to say is, 20 years ago, Elijah Cummings, this was still his district. He was still representing the District of Baltimore. Okay? That was 20 years ago. What has he done for Baltimore? You know, answer me that. What has he done? 20 years ago, they were talking about damn near the same problems that they face now. That's 20 years of a Democratic representative not doing anything for Baltimore. Or the people of Baltimore. There's reports that Trump, I don't know if it was 2017 or 2018, gave Baltimore $16 billion. I don't know if that number is accurate. I know it was at least $1 billion. But that's $1 billion. You can't clean stuff up with $1 billion? Whoa. $1 billion. Imagine what a private contractor could get accomplished when it comes to cleaning up a city with $1 billion. $1 billion is a whole lot of money. It doesn't, I mean, most people can't even fathom how much $1 billion looks like, because it's an insane amount of money. And yeah, it could have been used to fix the infrastructure, you know, get rid of the rat problem, because there is a horrible rat problem. There was a woman reporter talking on the news the other day, and a rat walked behind her in the middle of daytime. Just, they're not even worried about people. They're so used to walking around. But yeah, $1 billion. Just imagine $1 billion. Now, if the number that Trump has given was in between 1 and 16 billion, that's even more disgraceful on the parts of these Democrats that have, what'd they do with the money? Maybe they should open up an investigation to find out where all this money that the Trump administration gave to the city of Baltimore to fix some of their problems, where'd it go? Are the Democrats just lining their own pockets with it? I don't know. I can't answer those questions. I have a few. I could assume, you know, I could make assumptions, but I'm going to try not to do that because I don't know where it went. But if I were the people of Baltimore, I would, I mean, I've actually seen many people of Baltimore being interviewed and saying Trump's right. Nothing he said was racist. It's just true. The Democratic Party has failed Baltimore. And the people of Baltimore are failing themselves by re-electing these people and keeping these people in power. Brothers and sisters from Baltimore, stop voting for these people. You know, it's insane. It really is. It's like the definition of insane. You keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. You can't do it, you know. People got to stop being so partisan and sometimes really just think about things on a commonsensical level. You know, when it comes to these big cities, look at all these big Democratic-run cities. They all have serious problems, like serious drug problems, gang violence, dilapidated conditions all over the place. Some very much worse than others. But yeah, it's not about race, it's about policy. And it's mainly Democratic policies that are ruining everything. Just think about it, people. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the flip side.